Good morning, Knicks Nation. God bless. Happy Thursday. Hope all is well with you and your family, and that the loved ones are at your needs, I should say, and your loved ones are being met today as well. So the Knicks hired Mike Brown. I'm happy, but I'm like a little bit iffy as well. As I mentioned before, I'm happy because we finally got a coach. And a coach that has a lot of experience, of course. He's a champion. He's a champion coach as an assistant, 4 times to be exact. He's coached a lot of stars. LeBron. Kyrie Irving. Kobe Bryant. I mean, he's coached a lot of great players. He's got that experience as well. And his record speaks for itself. So we'll see. I'm okay with it. I'm just hoping and praying that he shows a defensive skill, because we know he's known for his offense, but his defensive skills is what concerns me a little bit. I'll be honest. Now, again, not saying that he's the worst defensive coach in the world. Now, I know he's got some kind of defensive skill as far as teaching that. And I'm curious to know who he's going to be, who he's going to have as his actual assistant as well. I'm curious about that. Who's going to be his lead assistant? So we'll see what happens. It's going to be real interesting to see. And going forward, I am happy about the move. I'm just concerned about the defense. That's all. I'll be honest. But again, and hopefully, what's it? Today's Thursday, right? Today's the 3rd. So hopefully by Monday we can, they can find out basically, Monday. Hopefully he'll get introduced along with Jordan Clarkson and Yabu, and and we'll see what happens. I'm so curious who's going to be his assistant coach. That's all I can tell you. I've seen a lot of video clips of him, of Mike Brown, coaching and practice and stuff like that. He looks like he knows what he's doing. Obviously, he's very, very punctual, very particular, and he wants things done a certain way. It looks like he really works, players to them, really well during practice time. Which is nice to see, of course. So we'll see what happens. I'm curious. I'm excited about it, and hopefully, he gets introduced Monday. Because I think that's where it's leading to. I think because the weekend, you got the holiday coming up tomorrow and stuff like that. 4th of July tomorrow. So we'll see what happens. I'm curious to see, and I know a lot of people are too. But like I said, it's a good pickup. Everybody had a feeling that was going to happen, and he was the leading candidate. He was emerging. He had a second interview, because the first one went pretty well, so they wanted to interview him again for a second time. So yeah, I mean, what's going to lead to that. Nobody else had a second interview, by the way. I think he was the only one. You had Taylor Jenkins who only had one interview, and you knew it was going to happen because Mike Brown had the interview with James Dolan, the owner. So right off the rip, you knew that it was going to be, it was already, it's just a matter of time, So yeah, that's what's going on. And again, hopefully he gets introduced soon. Hopefully by Monday or something like that. We'll see what happens. But anyway, you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. Be safe out there, and let's see what happens today going forward. Hopefully the next hire, maybe they're gonna pick him another free agent, or not free agent, but maybe they'll pick him another player. To fill out that roster. We'll see. I know Ben Simmons was mentioned, so we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, you guys have a great rest of your Thursday. God bless. Let's go New York.